The MAFIA offer is an offer that no sane prospect can refuse.
Right.
And so why not start there? Why not start with the customer and find out what is absolutely irresistible? And then work your way backwards. And then, and I think the founder plays a massive role in this,
Yep.
is to help identify the MAFIA offer, and then, go back to engineering and say, this is what will work for our customer. This is what they're willing to pay for. How do we make this happen? And
100%.
it sounds like that's something that you're getting at with your product, and maybe with I don't know if you do any service around your product, but something you can help with.
100%. And that was so. And then it's funny because if like what you just said, you put it in the context of not only where you're selling, but how you build your company, right? So like you start making, offers that people can refuse. And then you bring it back. I was like, all right, we need to build that. You know what I mean? Like whatever they say yes to, that needs to exist. So it is super interesting because there is two insight, there is two contentions in the world of SaaS right now. One is, finance and a little bit of product that says, I need a standard pricing and a price sheet and like all these very predictable ways of like, SKUs, right? SKUs are like green or brown chairs, right? Like I want those things to be moved off the shelf. And then you have on the other side, you have the people who are actually selling, meaning the CRO and the reps, who are going to customers and are understanding customer pain, and they're trying to retrofit this construct into customer pain. You see what I mean? So like as opposed to just understanding the customer pain and you're selling against it, you're actually in this magician's world trying to like, turn seats inside out and create extra packages and like blah 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 to actually try to come up with something that makes sense for the customer and for your internal, deal desk. And when you think about all your top deals, like at Influitive, like you probably have the top 10% of your customers who are paying you above $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
All those deals are custom. You know what I mean? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you needed to take it off the table, and you will do whatever the customer wanted. If the customer wanted to pay you $1 million in cash and $500,000 in rabbits, you're like done. You know what I mean?
It's so true.
I gotta buy a farm to put the rabbits in. You know what I mean? And you're done with the deal.